We now have some pretty good insights into how Trump is going to steal the 2026 election. He recently made an appearance on Dan Bongino's podcast, and during his extended monologue, he said that Republicans should take over elections in 15 states. He said, quote, "The Republicans should say, we want to take over. We should take over the voting in at least many 15 places." This comes right after the news that the Director of National Intelligence / Kremlin messenger, Tulsi Gabbard, seized ballots in Fulton County, Georgia, in order to apparently investigate the 2020 election. Now, some people think this is just a vendetta of his, that he'll manipulate things to show that he won that year just for his ego. But it's much, much more than that, and we need to dive into a little bit of constitutional law, so bear with me. And I went to law school and taught constitutional law if anybody's concerned about me talking about this. Now, based on Article 1, Section 4 and the 10th Amendment, running elections is the sole responsibility of the states and Congress. States set the, quote, time, place, and manner of federal elections, and Congress can alter them in some ways, like setting a national election date. The president has no constitutional authority in this area. Unfortunately for us, the Attorney General might, which is one of the many reasons they're supposed to be independent, but not today. Ironically, the way that the Attorney General can step in is through the Voting Rights Act, the one that Republicans want to get rid of. The Attorney General can weigh in if a federal court finds that the state engaged in systematic racial discrimination in their election practices. If this is the case, then the Attorney General can sue the states, just like they did in Washington and Oregon. They sued them for their voter registration lists and lost. And that brings us to seizing ballots in Georgia. If they can show, and I'm sure they're going to make it so they can show, that states engaged in systematic discrimination of white people, then they'll give themselves the legal justification to intervene. Now, I don't know which states he intends to target, but I would imagine it would be states just like Washington and Oregon, blue states, because obviously Republicans already control elections in the others. So 15 extra would give him plenty to fix an election. We could hope that the Supreme Court comes to its senses, but come on. The federal government will control the 2026 election, and we need to prepare for it by continuing to be absolute menaces.